Echo and HarperAudio present A Bomb Placed Close to the Heart, a novel by Nishant Batsha, performed by Vikas Adam. Love first really teaches a man to believe in the objective world outside himself, which not only makes man into an object, but even the object into a man. Love lives not only in the brain immured. Marx and Engels, The Holy Family. Prelude. Later. The train cut through an American darkness lit only by a half moon, a pale and meager thing hanging over a world beset by halves, a world where she and he were bound, by some hidden power, to walk unsteadily between a vanishing here and an unknown there. Cora awoke sometime in the night. She and Indra were curtained off from the rest of the train, still separated from each other. She lay in her berth, Indra in his beneath her, his small snores drifting upward in a rough-hewn cadence. The loss of momentum jostle of the train as it reached its stops made for a fitful sleep for them both. All the worse from the air condensing into sweat as the night became thick and soupy, ever warmer as the train kept moving them toward their end-of-line destination. Cora longed to drape her hand upon Indra's side, to feel the warmth of his body even in this sultry heat. Sleep always came easily when they shared a bed, but they were kept apart here, and that was that. Awake now in this great, heaving machine, she imagined that the steam it pumped into the night veiled and protected her like a witch's fog and, in doing so, revealed a future without danger, without fear. That raised the prospect that if the train stopped, so would its steam, and in its dissolution she would find herself again in a naked and trembling present. That was the fear that wouldn't leave her. Not until they reached where they needed to go. She had met Indra by chance at a party she had never actually been invited to and attended anyway, a time of repose that seemed to be now at a great remove. She had entered that small bungalow on Bryant Street, cracked cedar shingles painted canary yellow, tufts of crabgrass and dandelions as big as kittens growing out of the red brick path to its front door, and within found rooms made humid by too many men talking among themselves, a musky smell combining with a faint backdraft of wood smoke from the lit fireplace. The house had been filled with a drone lifting from a mass of conversations, filaments of a language she could not comprehend. Walking through that door meant trading the Palo Alto she had known for years, receiving in return some foreign bazaar. She had been one of the two Americans in that room, but at that time, she didn't feel it, realizing instead that everything heretofore had been a pitiful meandering, as if she were some mewling calf hungry for the sweet grass, unsure in every step as to where it grew. And there, finally, was the open meadow she had sought. Indra and his possibilities for a new world had been made manifest by the pull of an uncanny feeling, a tug felt at the base of perception. She had become the object of another's gaze, and she scanned the room for the source. Back then, he didn't know, couldn't know, that she had been searching. The world had been handed to her like some worthless rock, wet and dripping, mined from the mud. And she had been trying to learn how to work it, how to turn it into something pure, if only for herself. Sleep continued to slip past her as she sifted through what came before, and, finally, what would await her in what could only be an elliptical close to a never-ending story. She could hear Indra shift below her, and imagined him singing the Bengali lullaby he had sung to her months ago. Koka Gumalu, he had whispered. Para Juralu. In that tenderness, she had known she would love him. It was an open question whether she had fallen in love with the man who made himself among other men, or the man who emerged only between her and him. It was perhaps
Sample complete. Ready to continue?